the economic achievements you must be all aware of, which Bangladesh has been able to succeed in doing these last 10, 11 years are actually phenomenal. We have grown at a rate of 7% plus over the last 10 years. And last fiscal year, we grew at 8%. The Asian Development Bank recently said in the Asia-Pacific region, Bangladesh has the highest growth. HSBC Bank has done a projection of 75 countries that how their growth rate will be over the next 15 years, up to 2035. And in their projection, they are saying that they have created a model, and they are saying that Bangladesh will be the single country in the whole world which will grow at the highest rate possible in the next 15 years. The figures actually speak for themselves. I won't go too deep into this. You all know it, but just few things. Our export from $6 billion, today we are exporting $40 billion. Foreign remittance, $8 billion today, we are going to cross, this year we'll cross $20 billion. Our GDP has more than doubled. And most important, and this is the most important, that whatever the government is doing, all this growth which is being done, the benefit of this must go to every single citizen. And one of the most important statistics, two important statistics, which makes me very, very proud, and I'll say both of these very shortly. The first one is that in these last 11 years, from 56% poverty, we have reduced our poverty rate to 22%, and absolute poverty, which is abject poverty, we have been able to reduce to 11%. And in fact, in the next 3 to 4 years, we will completely eliminate absolute poverty, inshallah. The other statistic I'm very proud of, the World Economic Forum recently published the Global Gender Gap Index and on women empowerment. And Bangladesh ranks 48. And it is the highest in South Asia. So our gender gap index is higher than India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka. In South Asia, Pakistan, we are number 1. But what makes me very proud is we are 48 on that index. The United States is 51, so we are even better than the United States. So enough of what we have achieved. I'd like to talk to you about the challenges of the future. One of the weaknesses of our economy is that our export is dependent on a single item. As you know, of our total exports, 85% of our exports is garments. We are trying to diversify our exports, and we are looking for other things. But what do? We have to face this challenge. Other than diversification of export, what else can we do? Honorable Prime Minister realized this long ago. And as you know, she said that she wants to make Bangladesh digital. And when this was said, a lot of people laughed. There was a lot of skepticism that Bangladesh and digital is something, it's a dream, it cannot happen. Today, Bangladesh has a fiber optic backbone to all the unions of the country. We have over 5,000 unions, over 3,500 unions have now got data centers, and we have a digital backbone. Because of this, what is happening is a very new area, which I was talking about, export diversification, a new area has developed. The other day, a young man came to me and said, "Sir, I am a freelancer." I said, "Very good." So he said, "Sir, I went on the online and I got a job. There was this lady in France. She has a flower shop. She asked me, you develop a web design, a web page for me, and I'll give you $500. So I said, "Very good. But I have a problem, sir." I said, "What's your problem?" So, "Sir, I developed the web design and I sent it to her. She liked it very much, and then she sent me my $500 to my bank." So I said, "Very good. So what's your problem?" So he says, "The bank won't give me my money." So I said, why will the bank not give you your money? So he says, "The bank is asking me, how do you know this lady? Why did she send you the money?" So then he comes and says, "Sir, I've got more problems." I said, "Okay, what's your other problems?" So he says, "Sir, socially nobody accepts us." So I said, "Why?" He says, "I want to get married." I said, "Very good." So he said, "My father-in-law says, what do you do?" So I said, "I'm a freelancer." So he said, "What's a freelancer?" So he says, "I work at home." So where's your appointment letter? Who do you work for? What's your office hours? So he says, "I earn more money than many people who have an appointment letter and who goes to office, but I work at home and I make much more money." He says, "No, no, no. It's very fishy what you do. I'm not interested in getting my daughter married to you." So I said, "Okay, we need to find a solution." So I spoke to Sajeev Baje Joy, our honorable ICT advisor, and to our state minister for ICT. And I said, why can't we get all these freelancers, create a database, and register them, and give them a registration? And then I called all the bankers, I called the central bank, and I said that if we give them this registration, will you have a problem? They said, "No, sir, if you can give them a registration, then it will be very easy for us, and when they get this kind of money and information, no problem, we will be able to disburse the funds to them." So I said, "Very good. We are creating this database. Inshallah, in 2 to 3 weeks' time, we will be launching this database where freelancers will be registered in Bangladesh. And you'll be surprised, when we first took this initiative, people told me that there are over 200,000 to 300,000 freelancers in Bangladesh. I'm sure among the audience today, I see all young people. I'm sure there are many freelancers sitting in the audience today in front of us. Now we are told we have over 1 million freelancers in Bangladesh. And we are now getting figures that these freelancers are actually earning more than $2 billion from the work they are doing. But because it is informal, it is not being captured. So we are now trying to create an environment where this IT-enabled services is going to be the future. It is going to be the next garment revolution for Bangladesh. And it is very, very important. Why it is very important? Because we are coming up to the 4th industrial revolution, where you are getting artificial intelligence, you are getting robotics, quantum computing, nanotechnology. We have to prepare for this challenge. An Honorable Prime Minister has recently taken a decision that we will start teaching coding to our children in the primary school level. You see, what is coding? Coding is nothing but a language. And kids pick up language much faster than grown-ups do. If we can start teaching coding at primary school level, by the time they come to secondary school, they will be programmers. And we have to create an army of programmers if we have to face the fourth industrial revolution. So we are doing all of this, and I'm running out of time. I could have spoken on this subject. It's a very passionate thing which I believe in for a long time. But what I would like to just end by saying, let us all unite and face the future challenge and take Bangladesh and make Bangladesh, inshallah, into a superpower of the world. Thank you very much.